What's up, fishy friends? Rich here, Rich's Fishes. Quick little update. So it's been a couple of days since I noticed some eggs in one of my German blue ram tanks. And I started showing the other day what was going on over there. I'll take a walk over there in a sec. I just happened to start this one over here by this discus tank. And apparently that's a sign. The lights turned off and my camera turned off at almost the exact same time. Interesting. Well, apparently I'm supposed to move on from this tank. Let's go this way, shall we? So, as I said the other day, I had noticed some eggs in one of my ram tanks after moving a couple of different pair of rams out of this tank that I'm focusing on right now. Look at that, it looks like these two could potentially be pairing up. That big male on the left there, behind those giant algae spots, that big male on the left there used to be in the tank behind me, and he's the one that I recently moved over into this tank after moving the pairs out of this tank. I was hoping he might pair off with one of the females in here, and it looks like that might be what's happening. These two sure are close. Boy, they're staring at that piece of wood as if they had spawned there or are potentially thinking about spawning there. Would be an odd spot for them to spawn. Rams typically choose a flat surface to spawn on, which is why I have all these clay saucers in there. But this pair over here is the male. Why don't I see the female? She's probably right in front of me. This pair over here is the pair that I moved into this tank, and they started spawning relatively quickly. And I had tried artificially rearing the eggs up here in the dip and pour specimen container. It does not look like they made it. They lasted a couple of days. I completed one water change. I got rid of all that methylene blue that was in here. I did a big water change, and there was clearly some wigglers. They might have even been a little bit past wigglers. You know, they were bouncing around on the bottom of the cup. A couple of them were sort of sticking to the side of the saucer there, but not as in they were an egg sac stuck to it. They were choosing to sort of hang out on it. And then the following day I went to do another water change and things didn't look so great in it. There was a bit of food that I hadn't scooped out of there, I guess, is what the problem might have been. So I did one more water change, and by the day after that there was no signs of life left in this thing. I'm keeping it running just in case I'm unaware of something that is happening in there, but I don't think anything good is happening there. Hopefully the fish will try again. I have no doubt that they will eventually. Seriously, where did that female go? Just saw her a couple of minutes ago when I was down here. Underneath. She must be underneath one of the pieces of driftwood. There she is. Can't make her out very well, but she's back there. And besides that tank, I had moved another pair of rams over here into this tank. And I had commented the other day about how they were showing less signs of attraction towards one another after having moved them in here. And then lo and behold, they spawned over there on that saucer. Over here where the female is right now, she's hanging out near it. And I got all scared because the following day, I came down and the eggs weren't there anymore. But what happened was they had moved the eggs over to the inside of this clay pot that's laying on the side where the male is right now. And now we got a bunch of wigglers bouncing around in the bottom there. Barely enough light to really see them. And so far, the fish are doing a great job of parenting. They were actively guarding the spawning site. They tag team. They sort of switch and take turns guarding individual spots. I presume that they collectively moved the eggs and or some wigglers. I'm not sure what stage these were at when the parents ended up moving them, but presumably they moved them over there together as a team, and for the most part, they guard this very well, and they take turns doing that. The male will hang out near here near the opening, and the female will usually stay relatively on the other side of the tank. And then eventually she'll come over and switch, and then she'll stay over here and guard the fry. It's an interesting thing to watch. Unfortunately, there's not enough light shining in there right now. Let's see if I can't correct that and get another light going on in here. Let's see, that might be a little bit better. Yeah, now you can definitely see in there better. That is until the camera decides not to focus. Let's see if we can get a little more light on the situation here. The fish are not going to like this. They should have looked good with a giant spotlight shining through the side of the tank now. Bottom of the tank's a little dirty. I have not yet done my maintenance today, which means I will be doing a water change on this tank a little bit later. But there you can sort of make out there's a big group of wigglers in there. So I'll be interested to see how they continue to take care of these. My only concern is if the female gets ready to spawn again, there's a very good chance that they might end up eating this batch, and I would really not like to see that happen. But they've been doing such a good job as it is, I think I'm going to let them continue and see how far they can get with it without me intervening. Because where I did intervene on that tank behind me, as we just discussed, it didn't really work out so well. So with any luck, I'll have a good update in the next couple of days. Yeah, it's incredible what these fish can look like under the right conditions. You know, I got a light shining through on the side of the tank, but that's what the fish looks like naturally. And that's the reason why I can't give up trying on these guys. As frustrating as they are, as difficult as they can be to keep and breed, I just love them. And that is exactly the reason why. That coloration, that shape. Well, anyway, I'm going to sit here and stare at this tank for a little while longer tonight, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you guys next time.